Hello and welcome to Grim Survival. Today is November 20th, 2019. I looked it up on my tablet. Today I'm talking about a Shtf survival skills that you will need, well I guess, yeah, survival skills that you will need in the event that you have to bug out. So bug out survival skills. I got a list here. I made a list of what I think are 5 very essential survival skills. But before we get into that, let's have a word from our sponsor.
Hey, this is Plant-Based Homestead Prepper. If you haven't subscribed to Grim Survival yet, you are insane. Hurry up and smash that subscribe button now.
I'm back. I've been reading this article today, and I posted it on the Grim Survival Facebook group and the Grim Survival Facebook, which is just the only Facebook I have, and the Grim Survival Twitter account. So you can find the links for those in the description. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, join the Grim Survival Facebook group, see some exclusive videos I post from time to time of farmland I drive past and things like that. So yeah, definitely a lot of information in there. Anyway, this article I was reading was posted July 24th, 2019. You'll find the link if you check me out on Twitter or Facebook, because I'm not posting it here. But it says, as climate changes, taxpayers will shoulder larger U.S. payouts to farmers. And basically, it's talking about insurance that the United States government is paying to the farmers for crop loss, crops that were destroyed, things like that. And they were estimated back in, when was this posted? July, that over $1 billion more than normal payouts is already expected. So I'm sure that has increased over time. But anyway, check out that article on the Facebook group or the Twitter account. Either way. All right, so I'm going to try to do this, 5 thing and not block my microphone as I'm doing it. I got notes here and my microphone's like right here. So yeah, when there's people walking around outside and I'm distracted. But hey, let's just get started. I'm going to do a countdown. These aren't in any particular order, but we're going to do number 5. And this is just bug out survival skills. 5 essential skills that you need if you have to bug out. Now, there are 1,000 different reasons why you would have to bug out. Generally speaking, bugging out happens in any kind of local natural disaster, earthquakes, hurricanes, etc. Wildfires, big one. People are bugging out because of wildfires as we speak, quite literally. All right, so number 5, navigation. Navigation is extremely important if you have to bug out. I mean, how are you going to find where you're going? Yeah, do you know how to read a map? Do you have a compass? Do you know how to operate a compass? You can't just pick it up, oh, that way's north, I should go. That's not how a compass works. It really doesn't. You got to look at true north versus north from where you are on a map, and those are 2 completely different things. So learning how to use a compass, learning how to read a map. Do you know how to read a map? Have you ever read a map? Do you even have a map besides the one on your phone, tablet, or whatever electronic device you use? That doesn't count. You need a paper map. I actually do have a paper map. I keep it with me, and I have things marked in it to find my way. One really good thing, if you're bugging out and it hasn't been an EMP or some kind of electric grid failure type thing, or you have the ability to keep things charged and running, either way, I would strongly recommend one of these. This is a Garmin eTrex 20. This is a handheld GPS system, battery powered. This takes AA batteries, and you can get these things really cheap. This one was the second step up, but I think you can get them for, check eBay, probably $40-50 for handheld GPSs. Maybe not this particular one, but hey, if it works, it works, and it'll get you to where you're going if you know how to use it. So read the instruction manual. It really does help, apparently. So I've heard. Somebody told me that once. So yeah, do you have a bug out location? I guess is the whole point of bugging out. If you don't have a bug out location, where are you going? Do you have a family member's house you're heading to? Do you know how to get there if you don't have a GPS? If you don't, your car GPS isn't working, your phone's down, can you walk there? Do you have a map? So yeah, that's navigation. All right, moving on. We're gonna keep on going down the list here so this video doesn't run too long. But number 4 is shelter. The ability to have shelter, build shelter, or even carry shelter. A tent. Sure, carry a tent, carry a sleeping bag, carry a bivy bag, whatever. Carry it with you. But in the event that you don't have it, let's say your tent gets destroyed. Let's say your sleeping bag gets a hole in it. It's ruined, whatever. You lose it somehow or another in the middle of bugging out. And you're on foot, so do you know how to build a shelter? Do you know why you should not lay on the ground directly, especially in cold weather? Even in warm weather, you should not lay on the ground directly. You'll lose so much body heat, you will wake up cold even on a hot day. So assuming the ground is cold, but in my area, ground is almost always cold, so keep that in mind. And do you know how to stay cool if you're in hot weather? If you live in a desert climate or you are traveling through a desert climate, do you know how to stay cool? Do you know how to travel, you know, in low light situations so that you're not traveling in the heat of the day, which in desert type scenarios is really bad. Deserts tend to get really hot during the day and really cold at night, so it's actually better to travel at night. Do you have the ability to light things up? Can you do this? Yeah, I can. So there you go. Light in shelter. I guess we can lump those together. And yeah, take a tent if you have a tent or a bivy bag, but you can't guarantee that those are going to survive your trip. You just can't. So you got to have skills so that you don't need them if you don't have them. Do you know how to take a 5-gallon or 55-gallon drum liner, fill it full of dried leaves, and use it for insulation? Insulating yourself from cold weather is very important. Insulating yourself from the wind and the rain, obviously, very important. Can you build any kind of shelter? Do you have shelter building anything with you at any time of day? I mean, even in your vehicle, do you keep a kit? I have the ability to build a shelter sitting in the bag next to me. I also have a little emergency kit in my pocket, which we are going to go over in a live video sometime, probably this weekend, so I can announce the 500 subscriber giveaway that is coming up soon, hopefully. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, do you have the ability to locate food, find food, wild edibles, obviously? Can you catch small game? Can you build a snare? Your bug out may not go as you expected. It may, you may have thought you were going to grandma's house on the other side of the state, and you were going to hop in the Suburban and you were going to drive across the state and you were going to get there. That may not happen. The roads may be blocked. The Suburban may be dead. I mean, your grandma might not be there. So when you get there, are you sure there's going to be something there to go to? You may have, I mean, 1,000 things could happen to prevent you from getting there, to change your route, to change your plan. So finding and cooking food. If you run out of food, can you find food? Do you know how to identify wild edibles? Do you know not to eat, you know, poison sumac? I mean, some people don't know that. People eat Tide Pods, so yeah, come on now. Ooh, a leaf, it's green, I can eat it, it's like a salad. And then they're dead and convulsing in 5 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be one of those videos, if you've seen the new rules YouTube has, this is one of those ones where wouldn't have been monetized, assuming I could have anyway, but yeah, we don't care. Anyway, finding and cooking food. Identifying wild edibles, finding small game, making snares. Do you have a firearm? Could you pick off a squirrel from, you know, a good 20 yards? Squirrels don't hold still, just so you know. They're not the easiest things to shoot. So, yeah, you just never know. And when you get to your bug out location, assuming you have one, or wherever you're going, do you have the ability to sustain yourself long terms when it comes to food? Do you have a food store there? Do you have seeds there to grow? I mean, you're going to have to think long term at some point. Grouped into, obviously, the food and cooking is going to be water. Can you purify water? Dropping things. Do you have water purification like a Sawyer Mini, or do you have the ability to boil it in a quick manner? That's my tablet making sounds. See, this is a fuel canister, and this is my pocket rocket, I believe is what it was called. This is the MSR rocket stove, and this is how I would have to cook if I was in a hurry, really. And obviously, you attach the burner to the can of fuel, and this is, you know, I know it's mirrored, but there you go. And yeah, you can boil water in minutes with one of these things, so highly recommend them. They're awesome to have. But, you know, building a fire and cooking without using all of your fuel, better idea. This doesn't produce smoke. If it does, it's so much you'll never notice it. So in a stealth situation, if you're bugging out for reasons of, well, whatever reason that may be causing harm to you or danger, you're in danger, whatever, you don't want to be detected, that's the way to go. You don't want to be building a fire. Carrying a lot of food is a good thing. You should carry food with you, food that you can cook, but you should also carry food that you don't have to cook. So, and being able to identify food in the wild edibles, assuming you're in a season or an area that, you know, has the ability to gather wild food. There are some places where wild food is very hard to find, if it even exists, so keep that in mind. All right, where are we at? Number 2, medical skills. Do you have the ability to patch yourself up? Do you know how to use a Band-Aid? Are you smarter than the Band-Aid? Okay, never mind that. But yeah, carrying medical gear, obviously you should know how to use it if you're carrying it. Tourniquets. A lot of people carry these trauma kits that have chest seals, quick clot, gauze. I don't know if they're bugging out. Why are they not carrying a splint? I mean, yeah, what's likely to happen when you're bugging out and you've got, you know, your kids or your teenager or yourself or your wife, your spouse, whatever it is, and you just threw a 25-pound pack on their back and say, hey, you got to carry this, follow me. And, you know, half mile down the road they're limping because they sprained an ankle. Yeah, get a splint. Just, you know, one of the things. Can you treat wounds? I mean, do you have the basic wound treatment capability? If somebody cuts their arm, a branch smacks them in the face, cuts their eye, whatever, can you treat it? Keep it from being infected. Keep the person from getting sick and dying and becoming a liability to your bug out plan, because now you're carrying people instead of carrying gear. So yeah, and wound treatment, my philosophy on, I've made this video, but my philosophy on wound treatment, if you're bugging out, why are you carrying, you know, tourniquets and chest seals? If you're expecting a gunfight and you're bugging out and you get shot, where are you taking the person after you put the chest seal on them or the tourniquet on them? Where are they going at that point? Do you have a doctor with you? Do you have the ability to save them after you apply these life-saving devices to them? Because if you don't, all you've done is create a very long, slow, painful death for that person. So please, unless you have a doctor, do not put a chest seal on me ever. All right, so that is medical supplies. My medical supplies is very lacking. I used to have a nice trauma kit. We, you know, had quick clot in there. We had the Israeli bandages, several other things. I still have some of it, but a lot of it got used. So I am very lacking in my medical gear right now. So, all right, bringing us to number one. I don't know if this is the best one, but it was number one because it was the last one I put on the list, or the first one I put on the list, depending on how you want to read the list. So, number one are people skills. This is where I lack really, really good people skills. People skills are good. The ability to identify, to relate, to size somebody up, to read people is an essential skill, is a great skill to have. Body language, reading body language, to tell when somebody's full of it or when they are, you know, very nervous or when they're very agitated. Just to be able to identify these things in people is a very helpful skill to have. People skills. So the ability to BS somebody, I guess, or manipulate a situation, or just be manipulative, to talk your way out of a situation. You know, if there's a fight happening or somebody's getting agitated, the ability to talk it down, talk your way out, to get away from the situation before violence occurs, before you have to pull your Glock off your hip and fill somebody. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So, no. People skills. Talk your way out of it before you shoot your way out of it, I guess is how you got to look at it. So if you're shooting your way out of it, you're definitely not talking your way out of it. And if you're shooting your way out of it, then somebody's going to end up needing a chest seal. And if you don't have a doctor, and we just went over that. So yeah, talking your way out's good, but also finding out information. If you have good people skills, you're good at talking to people. You know, you can start conversations easier. You can manipulate situations. You can get a lot of information out of people. Like, you know, yeah, the neighbor 2 houses down has so much food, and we don't know, you know, how he stores it all. He's got so much food in there, and he's hoarding it, and, you know, I think he's sick, and he might be dead tomorrow. So, you know, that's information to have, because then you can go help the sick guy and share his food, or whatever you want to do. I mean, it just depends. Blending in is also people skills. If you know how to talk to people. Yeah, I'm dirty, I look like this, I had to steal these clothes from the Walmart that burn up down the road, and that's why they're charred and scarred and got holes that look like somebody got shot in them. Yeah, being able to BS a situation and skills like that will help you to blend into a community if you wandered into one, to blend into a group if you found yourself into one, to, you know, just blending in, to look normal, to not be walking around. Alright, phone cut out, but I'm back again. So anyway, blending in. So yeah, just the people skills to blend into a situation, to just find your way into things, to talk your way into things, to talk your way out of things. That's really an essential skill to have. If you find yourself alone, to be able to talk yourself into a group, to make yourself less of a threat. Because in any kind of a WROL or SHTF scenario, even if it's localized, people are going to be seen as more of a threat than they normally would. The random guy walking down the road that you don't think twice about on a normal day, suddenly the random guy walking down the road, you're checking him out, making sure he doesn't have a gun, making sure he doesn't have a knife. So people are going to be perceived as a greater threat. And I guess when the safety net comes down, the safety net is basically the belief that everyone has that the police are there to protect them, and there are consequences for your actions. I mean, that is a belief, not a fact. Keep that in mind. But that's all I'm going to do on that particular thing. That'd be a completely different video. All right, so a bonus thing here, just I guess a bonus skill to have. You could call it number 6 if you want, but I'm going to give you a bonus, is stealth capability. The ability to move quietly through a wooded area, move, you know, without being seen through an urban area. The ability to move around at night with low light or no light. Have you ever been in the dark? Have you ever been in a place that doesn't have any ambient light created by humans, only by the stars and the moon? It takes a minute, but your eyes can adjust to it, and you will be able to see if the moonlight's bright enough. Now, cloudy days are something questionable. So the ability to move at night. Do you have a flashlight with you? Do you have one of these? Do you have one of these? Can you put a filter on this and make it really dim, or hold this button down here and make it 1 lumen? Like, I don't know if you can see it. 1 lumen, yeah. And that doesn't really give away your position. So moving stealth, moving quietly. One thing that the natives use to hunt deer really quietly, especially in a wooded area, moccasins on their feet. There are people who make those. So moccasins would help you move quietly, but they would look weird. So stealth, obviously, there are books, lots of different books, gray man, you know, philosophies, and certain things that can help you be more stealthy. Obviously, the starting a fire in the woods wouldn't be very stealthy, but the rocket stove probably would be a bit more stealthy than that. Would obviously be food that you don't have to cook, or eating things raw. So yeah. Either way, that has been my top 5 or 6 video of skills you need when you're bugging out, and those are just some skills. Obviously, there's a million different things you could learn or know, you know, bug out any kind of SHTF scenario. There's a lot of things you should know for bugging into, but that's going to be a different video. Hey, stay tuned this weekend. I'm going to try to do something live sometime this weekend. I'm going to announce the giveaway. I'm going to show you what's in the pack that I have, and hopefully all the things that are coming in the pack that I'm giving away will be here by then, so I can show you that too. If not, we'll show you most of it. So yeah, we're getting to that. But hey, stay tuned. More videos are coming out. YouTube doesn't like me. They don't like a lot of us anymore. They're trying to censor everyone for the smallest thing. So yeah, wish us luck on YouTube if it actually survives this whole mess that they've gotten themselves into this time. But hey, like, subscribe, share the video, let people know that I'm here, because Google will not. Check me out on DuckDuckGo. Use the DuckDuckGo search engine to find me, because you will not on Google. You just won't. You can also find me Facebook and Twitter, and I've already said all that stuff, so I'm not going to say it again. Like, subscribe, share the video, hit the little bell icon if you want to be annoyed every time I post a video. So hey, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Remember, it's grim out there.